Reverse calculations can be approached in a very basic skill way, and I think a lot of learners need to go back to basics. So when they first started working with equations, we always had the golden rule, opposite operations. And the order in which you apply the opposite operations obviously makes the world of difference. So first, basics. What's the opposite of adding? Subtracting. Multiplication, division, our second step. And our last step is squared versus square root. So let's see how we can apply this. So what I've done is I've drawn up worked examples, which again, like I'm saying, are basic, but they are teaching our learners the skills that they need, which they can then apply to the more complex questions. So just to give you a brief, a preschooler was told to make a basic figure of a man by cutting and pasting a triangle for the hat, a circle for the face, and a rectangle for the body, as shown in the diagram. You can see the dimensions have been given. And the first question says, determine the base of the triangle given that the perimeter is 25 centimeters, and they give our formula. So we show our learners, we first substitute. You don't need to do anything fancy, and you get a mark for your substitution. Then simplify, make life easy. Then we are working in plus opposite operations, and it's amazing how many learners also just cling to that. You know, you'll say, and now what? Opposite operations. What's opposite of plus? Minus. So then minus, simplify, remember to add your units. And one thing that works well is also to train our learners to leave the variables on the side that is given. I think so often from maths, x was always on your left-hand side, x equals whatever. But in swapping things around, learners do very crazy things, you know. They'll change the signs, they'll change the operations, and often it's just a mess. So for what is an easy way to approach is, if your base is given on the right, just keep it there. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong if it's first 10 centimeters equals base. And I know a lot of learners battle with that concept in the beginning, particularly the grade 10s. But if you can train them to keep the variables on the given side, it really does help. Okay, now let's work our way to a little more complicated example for some of our learners. Again, same scenario, same dimensions, nothing's changed. Our question, calculate the length of the man's body if the area is given of 96 centimeters. So now we're testing, can our learners do opposite operation and multiplication? So we substitute first, and then opposite operations, we simplify, add our units, keep the variable on the given side. And last one, square and square root, which is obviously more tricky. So determine the radius of the man's face if the area is given as 78,55 centimeters squared. So substitute, and now we need to make sure that our learners are substituting pi as the number. I want to see that, I always tell them. Then that square is important, it often disappears. We are going to do our opposite operation. Opposite, we're first going to do the opposite of multiplication, which is divide, which is our step 2, and now we're building on, so it's almost a multi-step question. Radius squared equals 25, the square can't disappear. The minute we take the square root, the square disappears, and we simplify and we add our units. So these worked examples you're welcome to use as homework in your classroom, as reinforcements. And what I've tried to do is, I know a lot of our teachers here teach multiple grades from 10, 11 and 12. And like I said, you can then, based on where your class is at, you can either use it as a teaching tool for the first time for your grade 10s, or a refreshing tool for your grade 11s, or a consolidation tool for whichever grade and where they're at. Okay, so this exam paper question came from the DBE November 2018 question, and it was really nice. It was a lovely question. So I just included it to remind you to go back to some past papers. Yes, they might be a bit old, but the content's wonderful. And in this question, there are buckets with water for a refreshment station, and in question 3.2.1, the volume is given and the learner then needs to calculate the height. So this is a nice reverse calculation. Then in question 3.2.2, we've got determine C as the length. So here learners need to construct their own equation based on the complete length, and then also solve for C in reverse opposite operations. So that's a nice exam practice question.
If you found this video useful, give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any new episodes. Follow us on Instagram or Facebook to stay on top of the latest TAS news and launches. So that's it for now from the Answer Series, your key to exam success.